turn back to the forecast, we do have to talk about some weather impacts coming soon.
That's right. Tomorrow it sounds like we're going to be expecting some rain in the afternoon, Brad.
Yeah, scattered storms possible tomorrow. Not everyone's going to see rain, though. This is going to be really a strong thunderstorm here and there. The potential, though, is high that some of those storms that get going could be severe. Now, the good news is it's quiet tonight. Temperatures falling down into the 70s, but tomorrow we should be back into the low and mid-90s with scattered showers and storms maybe developing in two distinct waves. We'll talk more about that in a second, but it's the second wave in the afternoon that has the biggest concern. It's afternoon and evening storms, really after 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Damaging winds, the main concern, isolated tornado risk. Just make sure you have a way to get warnings because we could see some severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe even a watch issue tomorrow. And if you're going to be out and about, make sure you have a sheltered location if severe weather should develop. So we've got one cluster of storms. This is the cluster that produced the severe weather in Chicago, up in Wisconsin, the significant tornado up there in Wisconsin earlier today. That wasn't near Appleton, but it's the second cluster. It's developing in northern Michigan. Watching that closely because depending on where this goes, this could cause a delay in the storms tomorrow afternoon. Right now, these are the risks still out there from the Storm Prediction Center. Medium risk overall, but look at that damaging wind risk in the upper right-hand corner. That's a 30% chance of damaging winds. Doesn't mean it's everybody's going to see it, but that's within 25 miles of any point in the map. So winds are our biggest concern right now through tomorrow afternoon. One thing we'll watch is thunderstorm fuel. We've got some even tonight after sunset. Tomorrow morning, you can see how quickly that fuel rises in the afternoon. So as those storms move in, if we have sunshine and heat and humidity, there'll be plenty of fuel for these storms. We also have a lot of wind shear. So unlike a typical summer storm, there's some ingredients there for rotating updrafts, which could produce hail, damaging winds, and even that isolated tornado. But what I'm watching is that first batch of storms making a run at us in the morning. So 7 a.m., it's dry early on, but you see this cluster moving in right around midday. It's not so much the rain. This is not going to be severe, but it's the cloud cover, which could stop that heating, which would reduce that thunderstorm fuel. But even if it moves out quickly enough, we could see the sun come back out. So by 4 or 5 o'clock, you see isolated severe storms redeveloping in the evening hours. So maybe two distinct waves. And you could see by 7 o'clock, we could still have some isolated storms. So that morning batch will be key to what happens in the afternoon. But the afternoon batch is the one we're worried about for severe weather, not the morning stuff. That actually could help us out. If that lingers long enough and the clouds stay with us, that would deter any storm chances by the afternoon. Now, as we go towards the weekend, we'll dry back out. We can always get a sneak peek of the weekend forecast. Temperatures will be in the 80s as we head towards that weekend forecast. Here's a look at your Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Isolated strong storms late tomorrow, that 40% chance. Everything dries out for Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday. The weekend, again, very cool with temperatures in the 80s. By next week, we could see more scattered storms. The good news right now for the MLS All-Star game on Wednesday, we're not looking at many major concerns, but we'll keep an eye on the weather tomorrow night for the All-Star Skills Challenge out at Truist. That's a time frame where we could see some strong storms.
All right. Thank you for the heads up on that, Brad. Of course, folks, you can stay up to date with the latest as well through the WCNC Charlotte mobile app. Our team of meteorologists put that forecast together. You get hour-by-hour updates and customized locations as well, those updates. So make sure you add it to your phone if you haven't already.